Hello everyone, it's Emily here from Phoenix Gateway as well as Seed of the Soul. Seed of the Soul, you will start noticing, is actually a tour company that I have created, and I did that in 2018. I am extremely excited because I'm running my first tour with Yusuf Uyan in October of this year in 2023, and I am really excited for this one. And I will put the details below of the tour, so you can have a look at what is included, what is involved, as well as a link to my Phoenix Gateway page, so you can also have a look at the products in which I do create and you can purchase from me, and also my deck of cards will be back in stock. They should be back next week, so that's exciting as well, and you will be able to purchase them from my website. Even more exciting really, because they're already in their third reprint, and that for me is phenomenal. So a little bit different this week. I'm not doing a reading at this present moment. I haven't really felt like doing a reading. It's not where I feel like my mindset has been. I've actually had an injury, a physical injury that I've been dealing with pretty much since I got back from Egypt and Turkey last year. And it's gone into a bit of an acute phase right now. So I'm just working with that, trying to heal, or not trying, well, I am making positive steps to heal this particular injury, working on it on an emotional aspect, as well as, emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. So I am also receiving some help with it as well. But the reason for this video is I wanted to talk about animal symbolism. And, we're always looking at the numbers and number symbolism. Like, seriously, for the last 3 days, like probably many of you, I see 111 or 1111 all the time. I also see a lot of palindromic numbers. So it's the same number forward as it is backward. And you can always go and look a number up online, looking for the metaphysical reason of that particular number and how it can associate to you. And the same thing, of course, also occurs with animals. Now, I'm going to talk about Pelican today, but I am going to start doing a series of a few videos to really talk more about my tour, why I have created this tour, and actually Dragonfly has been a significant influence into why I've chosen that this is, right for me to go ahead and start running tours. So the other day I was driving along, and actually, let's just start. When I got back from Egypt last time, there was a very big emotional aspect that I hadn't dealt with. And I had this amazing counselor who I work with when I really need some help, just to shift certain parts of certain energy. And at that point, it was all about grief. And if you know my background, my grief stems from loss, death. My husband passed away in 2004, my mum in 2007. I've had a lot of other issues along the way, not just with death, but dealing with aspects very, very close to my heart. And, in some ways it's actually been a part of, it is like going through a death. It's that phoenix moment where, you go through death, birth, and rebirth. So I dealt with that aspect at that point in time, and she said to me, well, should we look at your shoulder injury and work on that? And I remember thinking at the time, nah, I'm just I don't think you can help me with that. Left it alone. That was back in November last year. Coming forward, it is now February 2023. I have been getting help for my injury now for the last few months, but it really hasn't taken any it really hasn't healed my injury. And then something triggered last week. It was literally after the full moon. And I went into this acute pain, and I've had this acute pain pretty much for a week now. So on the other day, I'm driving along. I had to go up to the shops. And where I live, we have some amazing birds of prey, and they're flying around. And I was driving home, and I just noticed a massive bird. And I've looked up, and what it wasn't a bird of prey. It was actually a pelican. And I've gone, oh my God, like, this is not the first time I've seen a pelican. Like, I've actually seen pelicans fly in pairs. There's been 3 together, but the other day, was only a couple of days ago, it was really, really significant because I was following this Winnebago, and after I've looked up, I've looked back, in front of me, and all of a sudden, what do I see? There is a sticker of a pelican on the Winnebago in front of me. And I've gone, okay, there is a really, really, really big message for me here. So I've just got a couple of things in front of me because it's just easier to read it than to try and remember things from off by heart. But one of the biggest significance or meaning of pelican is that it is now an opportunity to forgive either yourself or someone else and release any built up guilt or resentment. It's time to free yourself from whatever is weighing you down, whether possessions, emotions, or mental strife. Go ahead, take the plunge with respect to the opportunity that has recently presented itself. Focus on cooperating with others rather than competing, particularly concerning any project you're involved in with right now. And when I read that, there is so much significance. Just reading, another page on it, it's all about the meaning of the pelican reassures you that no matter how heavy your burden is, you will still find a way to make it to the top. And then it does go on about talks about working in group situations. So what I realized is I ended up having another session yesterday with an amazing, amazing woman. And what really came through and was really related to my injury was all about sadness and burden. And it went into a past lifetime, but it was also this lifetime. And, what I have endured as an adult with my children, the aspect of, my perception of myself and what I've created for myself. And you just don't realize how much of this pent-up energy you carry within your body, and how our emotional and our spiritual, the emotional and mental aspect actually, when we haven't really dealt with all these issues, it forms dis-ease within our body in the physical form. And it was quite remarkable what I had experienced, what I was able to release. And really looking up the understanding of Pelican now, it just makes so much sense. And one of the biggest words that came up was the word burden. And I'm reading all about burden here. It's also about, you are being encouraged to forgive yourself and let go of negative feelings. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I really feel that other people, can also understand. There's a mirror here for other people. And, our situations may not be the same, but there's a similarity into how we are feeling, what we are feeling, why we feel. And, if this helps somebody else, then, for me, I feel blessed that I can pass on some of my own wisdom because, knowledge is power, and my experiences create my reality, and it is who I am. And what I realized too is when we talk about creating and running, working in groups, this to me is about me running these amazing tours, because for me it's helping other people on their journey of, you know, of self-realization, um, of self-discovery. You know, it's about showing them their, you know, when they understand aspects of self, how they can activate aspects within them that will recreate certain memories and you know, bring so much more knowledge and power and healing on their journey of self-healing and self-discovery. So this is the spirit meaning of Pelican. It is also a part of my story. You may find yourself going, yep, I can totally align to what you are saying. And I'm going to start doing a few more of these. I will probably do a reading in the next day or so. I just felt that this had to come through first. So I look forward to speaking with you soon. I am going to put the links to my websites down below, especially to work with my lab products, my liquid alchemy in a bottle, which are beautiful high vibrational frequencies that will assist you in nurturing, healing, and balancing your mind, body, and soul. I will also have a link to the tour being run in Egypt later this year, which is just going to be divine, and is the most profound. Egypt would have to be probably the most profound place in which I have been, and that has really helped me in my awareness, my own personal activation, and my ability to self-heal. So speak with you soon, and I'd love to hear any comments if you find you resonate to Pelican. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.